again.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Saints of God, thank you for joining us this day. We are so grateful on a Sunday, beautiful afternoon that you could come here and just spend your quality time with New Dimension Gospel Magazine. We love you lots, and we know that today we are going to have a great conversation with these two beautiful ladies, Ashlin Price and Nikia Pratt. Good evening, my lovely, beautiful American sisters.
Thank you. Hello.
I love you.
Oh, we love you as well.
I just feel so blessed to have you today here on New Dimension Gospel Magazine. And I know that we are going to be blessed. Somebody out there is going to be blessed as well. So please introduce yourselves. I'll start with you, Ashlin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashlin Price. I am a financial literacy consultant. I'm also a licensed social worker here, and I help people with their finances, how they build a relationship with their money, how their past traumas, perspectives, belief about money currently influences how they spend their current money. So I'm all about helping people with money mindset, money management, creating generational wealth, and leaving a legacy for their family.
Wow. By the way, Happy Women's Month.
Yes. And same to you.
We are here because we are celebrating us, the women, the power. House.
Strong women. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Absolutely. That is beautiful. So we are going to come out of here knowing how to manage our finances, how to make more finances, make it grow. I'm happy. I love that.
Yes.
Nikia?
Yes. So hello, everyone. I am Nikia Pratt, the author of Picture Perfect. I'm so excited about it. It's my first time writing a book. It took a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally tears. But I'm here. I'm here to spread the word and help women to get to know thyself. When you get to know yourself, you have direction, you have clarity. It's the key to navigating life. And it's also important to understand that you never arrive. That is a lifelong journey. And so that's where I am with my journey.
Wow, that is so awesome. What a nice introduction. Picture Perfect.
Yes.
It's just fascinating me, Ashlyn. You know, I'm just want to know Picture Perfect. What inspired that and what is it about? Just a brief, analysis of it.
So before I even get into that, we have to pay homage. We have to pay homage, Cindy, to you and Shanae. Number one, for you allowing us and inviting us on this platform. We are greatly honored and we understand that it is a privilege. So thank you first for allowing us. We know who you've interviewed, the likes of Donnie McClurkin and a whole lot of others. So for us to be considered for this, thank you. It is an honor and it is a privilege, and we do not take it for granted. A second,
thank you, my God. I'm just privileged to have you here.
Yes. And then we also want to thank Shanae, our mentor. We soak up a lot of her wisdom. She answers our calls whenever. She's always available for us. And we want to thank her.
Don't talk about calls to Shanae, Nikia. I call her at 3 a.m. South African time because sometimes I want to speak to her so much and I forget is it 6 hours or 7 hours? I think it's 6 hours.
I believe it's 6 hours.
6. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I forget that it's that time she's sleeping. She could
Mhm.
like Sunil sniffing.
Yes. So we just pay homage to both of you for this opportunity. So thank you. And that's on behalf of Ashlyn and I.
Thank you. And I love Shanae. Please take good care of her, you ladies, because you're close to her. She's my beautiful cousin, sister, my old. She's my old. She's my cousin. She's my sister. When it suits her, she's a cousin. When it suits her, she's my sister. Yeah, you know. I love
Yes.
it. One thing is that I love it and I protect her. So you guys take good care of it.
Yes, we will.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, Nikia.
So Picture Perfect, it was inspired. It's a fiction book, but it was inspired by my own journey with divorce and how I was left feeling at the end. I was so used to operating as a mother, a wife, a social worker, an employee, that when that divorce was over and the kids were visiting with their dad, I was just stuck here. Like, okay, what do I like? What do I want? Who am I outside of a mom, outside of a wife? And I had even convinced myself that taking care of my loved ones around me was pouring into myself. And actually, it was depleting me because I was doing nothing to recharge me as a person.
Yeah.
So Picture Perfect came out of that journey. I don't know if you can see my Picture Perfect lady in the back.
Very clear.
But that represented me on my wedding day, the first time around. Everything looked perfect. On paper, we were perfect. Everything, the ceremony, the look, college degrees. We didn't have children until after marriage. We didn't get married until after college.
Everything the right way.
Picture perfect, right? And really, if you can see her makeup, she's crying when she's looking at her reflection because that shows the
makeup is smudged.
It shows the inner turmoil. So while it looks great to the outside, when she looked at her reflection, she saw it was pain. It was tears. So that's where Picture Perfect came from. Wow. Inspired by my life, my journey, and also others around me.
Yeah. You know, this Women's Month in church today, Candice was preaching. And she was preaching Picture Perfect, just like you have explained it. She was preaching Picture Perfect. And God is my living witness. If she's listening now, she will laugh because she was preaching Picture Perfect this morning in church. You know, saying all of you saw me and thought they were happy, you know, because this is the marriage that I was praying for, a man that goes to church. You know, I thought we will go together, we will, you know, pray together, we will serve together in the ministry, you know, and yeah, we got to the house now. Started coming out. Exactly what you're saying.
Wow.
Was preaching today, Picture Perfect.
Wow. Yeah. That's God at work. You see that?
Yeah.
That is God at work. Thank you, Lord.
the same sermon twice in one day. From the USA, from South Africa in Johannesburg. I mean, that it can only be God.
And here it is, a living testimony, a living witness.
Yes, my God. Wow.
God is good.
God is awesome. God is awesome. Yeah. So, Ash, how do you get into finance? What prompted you getting into finance?
Yeah, so I got into financial literacy due to my own personal finances, struggling with my own personal finances, trying to find a way, trying to figure things out, trying to manage money, save money, how to purchase this, how to purchase that. I was like just kind of overwhelmed and all over the place, just trying to manage my own finances. And I wasn't doing a good job. I wasn't doing a good job with it. So I got into financial.
Not doing a good job.
Yeah, it's a struggled because I wasn't taught financial literacy in school. That's not something that I was taught, and my parents didn't teach me financial literacy. So I kind of had to learn it through friends, through family, through community engagement. Like I had to learn it outside of the home. Something that really stood out to me, which propelled me into being serious about my finances and sharing my testimony and helping to encourage and empower others, is I had a death in my family. My brother passed away February 2021, just last year. And last year, yep. In the middle of COVID, my brother passed away, and we were sitting at the table preparing his service, and we noticed that we did not have enough money. We did not have enough life insurance money to prepare a service for him, to prepare a home.
A dignified service, send him, in a dignified manner.
Right. We did not have enough money. So we're like, well, what are we going to do? So family members had to they offered us money to help pay for his services, where I had to go into my own personal money and pay for obituaries, the pastor, the singer, where we had dinner at my house after the funeral service. And going through that process, it made me really become really serious about my finances.
And now your pocket was left empty.
Yes, yes. Where I had to pour into that, into that part of my life. And I said, I felt like I could not afford to grieve. I feel like I couldn't afford to grieve the loss of my brother or the loss of a family member, because we did not have the funds to properly give him a service. And he didn't have enough life insurance. And then he didn't have a will, and trust, and a power of attorney. So that's where I really became serious. So I don't want anyone else to have to go through what I went through, with sharing that same feeling of not feeling like I am not able to give a proper homegoing service to my family member.
That you love.
So
that was a lot, yeah.
It was a lot of adjustment. It was a lot of learning in that process. So I really became serious about my finances and changing my mindset of how I see finances, like building a relationship with money to prepare for legacy planning. So we can make sure that we're prepared for that, when that time comes, for whoever it is, mom, dad, sister, brother, just for our family members in general. So I made a commitment to myself, and I asked God to allow me to move in purpose to help people with their finances and changing their mindset about their money.
Wow, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. So before you were you always in finance, but you went in more deeper, or what were you doing before?
Yeah, so before I'm a licensed social worker, just like Nikia.
Okay.
So we're both licensed social worker, and we work here at the Department of Human Services. So we are already in the field of giving back to our families, giving back to our community, making sure that other people have the resources and the services they need, making sure that children are taken care of. So I've always been in the field of helping others. Not so much financial literacy, but making sure that people have the opportunity that I did or did not have to propel them to move forward in life. So I'm a licensed social worker, and I'm also a counselor. So I've always been in the field of helping others, making sure other people are encouraged, supported, they have adequate resources and services for their families and for their lives.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, my lovely sisters, what does being a woman mean to you?
Ooh. Do you know what? I want to start off with this. So my new husband and I, Cindy, so I am remarried.
Ooh. Yes, I am. Congratulations.
Thank you.
God is good. God is good.
God is so good. I can give you that story another time.
You
But
are so glowing, Nikia. So I can see that you are happy. Those smudged tears on that makeup on the cover, no, they are not
no
your
more.
anymore.
No more.
your
Not a
crush
smudge
anymore.
here. Can you see it?
Look at that. Beauty.
Beauty just oozing the glory of God and the beauty
Yes.
together and making you look like 12 years old.
Oh, thank you so much. Cindy, you should, but keep on going. So yesterday we went to the mall, right? And my husband was like, you want to go in the jewelry store? And I'm not going to pass that up. So I said, sure. He bought me a
You never know,
pendant.
there's a surprise.
He bought me a pendant and I picked it out. And it's a W for Wonder Woman. And the iconic Wonder Woman. I remember watching that show when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
And I remember putting on a towel. And that was my cape.
Wonder Woman.
Yes, I would put the towel, I would tuck it in the back of my shirt. And I would run through the house. I would run through the house and I would say Wonder Woman. And that's what my parents would hear, Wonder Woman. And so I got that yesterday. I said, because you know what? I'm a real life Wonder Woman. I want this because it speaks to who I am. Yeah. All women, we are Wonder Women.
Yes,
we oftentimes carry the families on our backs. We are everything. We are the root to our families.
Yes, yes.
And not only that, then we a lot of times have careers outside of our families. Women juggle so many hats. We are the foundation of our families. Yes, and so just that alone makes us all Wonder Women. I almost feel like we have supernatural powers. Okay?
We do.
Yes, we do.
We have supernatural powers.
Yes. We are Wonder Women. We all have a light and we all have something to bring to this earth and to offer. And so that's what I'm going to say. Being a woman is juggling a lot of hats, a lot of responsibilities. Women make the world go round. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Ash.
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing more for me to say, Cindy. I think Nikia said the whole thing about what it takes to be a woman. Like she said it all. But to add on to something she said, in addition to everything she just said, to be a woman is purpose. To being a woman is having clarity. To being a woman is feeling special and being honored and being respected no matter where we are in our lives. Yes. Being a woman is making sure that we can carry those hats of being a mom, being a sister, being an auntie, being a cousin, being a wife. Also at the same time, making sure that, you know what, I can have a career. I can go to school. I can learn this trade. I can read the book. I can practice self-care. So, being a woman, in some instances, we wear a lot of hats of being mommy and sister and auntie and a wife and all of that other good stuff. But I think at the core of all of us, like, there is a lot of love, joy, peace that we bring, harmonious community that we bring to our families, that we bring to our friends, a sense of peace. I think that women bring to community, so we bring to our families, to our friends, to our relationships, to our business partners, to our careers, because that we manage so much and we do so much at one time.
Yeah, at one time. I always laugh at times. I say, a woman, you would be carrying a baby. Okay, I don't know whether you guys in the US carry your babies on your back, but we love, like, when I'm busy working and the baby's small, I'll carry the baby on my back. Now, you're carrying your baby on the back. There's a pot on the stove. the washing machine is running with the laundry. In there you are washing. And then you are on the phone with your friend or with your mom or whoever. You're telling them, you're relating them a story, and you've been on that phone for an hour, you know. And the kids are doing other kids are doing homework. Other kid calls you, mommy, I can't get this right. You're going there with the phone, with the baby on the back, the stove has got a pot, the laundry machine is running. You go there, you check what the child is battling with, you fix it. So I'm like, what Nikia said, we are Wonder Women. God just created us in a way that, you know, those that think they can live without us, they cannot, because we make the world go round, like you say, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think do you think that being a how do I want to say that? How would you address the cultural issues that form the background of the gender pay gap in the working environment?
Wait, say that again. You broke up a little.
How would you address the cultural issues that form the background of the gender pay gap in the workspace, in your job or in your organization? Because I mean, you do a lot, but just because you're a woman.
Yeah. I will say that I've definitely experienced that before, of my pay in the work that I do, in reference to a male counterpart or who's doing the same work. There is definitely a discrepancy in the pay or in the wage gap between that here. But at the same time, I also believe like we are making strides, we are making improvements, we are elevating, that is changing, that is moving, that is prosperous, where women are more in the place of power, women are at the top of the chain, women are the managers and the supervisors and the directors of organizations, of companies. And they are making those hard decisions. They are putting laws and policies in place.
Yes.
So there is a move. There is a transition of that. I love it. I think it's awesome to see women in that light, to see women in power, to know that we have stance and we have power and we have a voice. Heard.
Absolutely.
Yep. And you know what? With that, I am an assistant deputy director for the largest child welfare system in the state of Maryland. I am responsible. Yes, child welfare.
Go power.
Right. See,
Yes.
She's in the position of power.
Yes.
And I want to say that in my position, I do not have the authority to choose the pay. We have an entity that's over us that does that. However, if something I do have, I can advocate. If there is something that comes across my desk and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What is this?
What is this?
I have the authority to question. I have the authority to advocate. And I can't honestly say that I've seen that with male versus female. I haven't seen that. However, I would not hesitate in advocating and questioning the why. Why is something different? But I have advocated for staff, all staff, if they feel like they are worth more and they've applied for a raise, I have advocated on their behalf. But I have not, in my tenure, I haven't seen that myself. But if I do, trust.
They're gonna see Nikia.
They're gonna hear Nikia. Wait a minute, what's going on? They're gonna see the usher finger. Excuse me. What's going on here?
Hey, what is this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, in that position of power, Nikia, have you experienced resistance when you are leading men?
Oh,
Just because you're
yes. Yes, I have. And how I approach that is through discussion. So when you're in positions of power and authority, you don't have to say that. You don't have to be aggressive in that. But what you do is you spark discussion for opportunities to learn from one another. So I have encountered men, specifically a man called me a little girl. He called me I've been called a little girl before. I've been dismissed by men. But what I do is I don't take routes of disciplinary action. What I do is counsel. Say, okay, why are we here? Let's look at the big picture. Yes. Let's not think about our personal views. Why are we here? And so I remind people of the mission and the vision first. So if that is our mission, if you dismissing me or disrespecting me, is that helping us achieve the goal of this agency? Tell me how this works. Make it make sense for me. So through discussion, opportunities to learn from one another, they got in line. They came around eventually, but it's a struggle in the beginning because I'm human as well. Yes. And so human nature is you want to lash back and say, "What? Wait a minute." But no, you got to take a second and think you are the leader.
Let me take it slow and gentle, but get to. My grandmother used to say, even when, no matter how upset you are, if you want to tell somebody to go to hell, tell them so nice that they don't realize they're telling them to go to hell. They only realize when they get to hell that, oh, I am in hell.
Yes, I love that.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I love it.
They eventually came around and they're good now.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that one, Cindy. I'm gonna use that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, my grandmother was like, no, you must be smart, my girl. You tell this person to go to hell, but in such a nice way. That they think, oh, the girl is so, she's so humble. But they only realize when they get to hell that actually this person was taking me to
yes.
I love it.
Oh goodness.
That's a good one.
That is just so awesome. So, Ashlin, Nikia, tell me, you are successful in your careers that I can see. What has helped? What is the biggest factor that you can pinpoint that this has been the factor that has put me where I am in my career as a woman?
So I can say for me. So first, it's my purpose, right? So my purpose is helping people. That is my passion. So that's what initially started me on my journey of being a social worker. What do you want to do? And I'll never forget, I was in community college and I was like, I met with my counselor and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So he started asking me questions and had thought-provoking questions. And he said, sounds like you're a people person. Sounds like you want to help people. And I said, you know what? I guess I am. And, just by me giving him.
I've also been a social worker.
Right.
Right.
Right. So first starting there, it's my passion and my purpose. So that's what got me on the road to being a social worker. After that comes the commitment and the drive. I had to surround myself with people who were supportive of me. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. I don't want to be that. So I was careful of who I surrounded myself with. Professionally, I wish I would have did more of that personally. That's another story. That's another story. But professionally, I was always surrounded with people who could support me, uplift me, encourage me. And I started out as a frontline worker at Baltimore City DSS, and I've been there 19 years.
Wow.
And I rose through the ranks. I was a frontline social worker. I was in the homes removing children from their parents. I was in the community, and I have a whole lot of stories about being in the community, but and being in the community and being threatened because I'm trying to keep children safe. I was bodily threatened just by doing my job and following my passion. So I went from a frontline worker to a supervisor, to a unit manager, to a program manager, and then landed here as assistant deputy director. So that has been my journey. I'm going to say first it was my passion and purpose, and then my drive and my motivation kept me here and allowed me to keep rising through the ranks.
And you're still going to rise.
Yeah, God willing. Yes, I will. Thank you, Cynthia.
Absolutely. Yeah. From your mouth straight to God's ears, it is
That's
done.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ash?
That's awesome. And what Nikia just said is literally staring right back at me. In front of me, I have affirmations, reminders, positive affirmations that I say to myself. And when I look up, the first thing I see is my passion and my purpose.
I love that, what you just saying, because even the Bible says, write the vision down.
Yep.
And run with it. Habakkuk 2 says that,
Yes.
And when you have it in front of you, you've written the vision down, and it keeps on looking, it's staring you in your face, reminding you that's,
Yeah. I always ask for provision. I always ask for purpose to do God's work. And I have always been a people person. So like Nikia said, moving in purpose, making sure that other people are moving in their purpose and doing their work, offering them resources and services. So I started off, what was I doing? I was doing counseling. I did counseling in juvenile detention facilities. I did counseling in prisons. Yes, I did work in the community. I did work as a counselor, like outside in the community, working in different programs. I used to help people get resources and services from the Department of Social Services, which is where Nikia was just mentioning. As a caseworker, went back to school. Now I'm a licensed social worker, certified alcohol and drug counselor. And my next move is to become a licensed clinical worker, so I can be able to help people and diagnose and become a supervisor eventually, so I can still work in the realm of purpose and guiding other people to their purpose, guiding others to their passion, making sure that they're able to move in exactly of what they want to do. And they may not know, most of us don't know initially what we want to do, but I knew that I wanted to move in purpose and with passion. And that was always giving back, helping others. So being a counselor and a social worker was in me since I was a child, literally since I was a child.
That is so powerful. Both of you, your stories are different, but they're just so powerful, that the desire, the passion to help people, that's what stands out for me from both of you. And you know what? God says, the Bible says, there's so much work outside there, but the laborers are few. And when I hear you ladies speaking like that, my heart just like feels so, empowered and overwhelmed that, you guys are doing such a great job. I'm sure God is smiling in heaven saying, well done, my beautiful girl.
Thank you.
That's my goal.
Absolutely. Yes. That's always the goal, always the purpose, always the vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
What mistakes have you made along the way that stand out for you as a woman? Looking back and you're thinking, I know we can't change it now. Maybe it was a learning curve, but like, what mistake have you made in your life that stands out for you?
What mistakes have I made? Which ones didn't I make? Like,
you can say that again. You can say that again.
Maybe that's the question. Like, what mistakes didn't I make? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I still don't have it all together. Um, so I have mm, pushed people out of my life. I've had those hard conversations. Um, I have, oh goodness, not gone to school when I should have gone to school. I have not taken that extra class. I have not reached out to this person, not had that communication there. I've made all types of mistakes in my life.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Yeah. Yeah. And what I do with those mistakes or those mishaps that I call them, they're just learning levels for me. I take that information, I learn from that.
From it, yeah.
I take that information and I make sure that I learn from it to make sure that I try my best not to do that same thing again. Learn how to maneuver from that situation and give guidance and support to someone who may be going through that same situation, because all of this is just a testimony to help someone else.
Absolutely.
To help someone else that's going through their situation, that's going through their ups, their downs, their trials, their tribulations. It's all about sharing the work because it's not about us.
No, it's not about us. Absolutely. I love that. It's not about us.
No,
it is just about touching people's life, changing people's life, helping wherever we can, So
yeah. So the question is, what mistakes didn't I make? Cindy? I made a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of mistakes. But I will say that I've learned from how to build a rapport, how to learn how to forgive. That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's a big one, especially when it's family. Because I tell you, the people that rub you the wrong way, family.
Yeah. So that was a hard one, but they're all learning lessons for me, and I'm still making them.
Sorry, ladies, I had some technical difficulties. Can you all see me and hear me?
I know. We saw that, but thank God that Ash was talking, so you came back and yeah.
Okay.
And so you are upside down now.
Oh,
yeah, upside down now.
Okay. I'm going to fix that right now.
If the upside down will keep you here, it's fine. We can have you upside down. We don't want to lose you again.
Let's see.
Okay, so I had to take it off. I had to take it off off the screen. Off the stand. I got to hold it with my hand now. So did you want me to still answer the question about the mistakes? So as a leader, when I first started out as a supervisor, I was more of an authoritarian. I did not take into consideration my team a lot. And I'm going to be fully transparent in that. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have someone that was an infant in leadership someone who could help me in my infancy period in that leadership. And so I didn't listen well. I did not listen well. It was just, hey, this is the job. We have to keep these children safe.
You do this now, right now. You hear me?
Yes. And we're going to do it now and keep the children safe now. So I've learned over the years I eventually received mentors and went through leadership programs and trainings and things of that nature, and learned that even though you have a job to get done, you have to, your team, you're as strong as your weakest member. You have to hear your team, because guess what? They are the experts. They are the ones on the ground. They have all the knowledge, and they're going to be able to suggest ways and ideas that can help move the work forward.
You look good.
Yeah. Yes. And so I've learned that. And I can say I am a lot better in that area, a whole lot better. I would not have wanted me as a supervisor when I first started out. I'm just gonna say that, okay? And I'm being fully honest.
Wow, I love that. But also, you know, what you're saying, Nikia, is sometimes when you get into this position, you are young and you see these people that sometimes they're looking at you that, you know, what can she tell us? You know,
Yeah.
So that's where this authoritative management style comes in, that I want to prove a point that whether I am wrong, I will tell you and you're going to do it.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And I was challenged a lot because that was about 15 years ago. So I looked even younger then. And because of that, I was challenged. And it was like, don't challenge me. I know my stuff. Don't challenge me. And so I was meeting them where they were. They were very mean to me. They were very mean to me. However, just through growth, leadership development, and just maturity, you know, I've changed a whole lot. And I'm still gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna keep making them every day.
We human. We're still gonna make them.
Yep.
Yeah. So, coming back to celebrating women. Okay. Women. You know, we have a saying in Africa that women are the rock. You know, we are the rock. I don't know whether you guys use that as well in the USA, but that phrase has actually made women that even if you are going through something, because you are deemed as a rock, you should keep that rock position and not, you know, picture perfect, but not now like in a marriage, like yourself as a person. You know, you're going through something, and now because you are known to be a rock, now you must maintain that rock and put that mask of being a rock. Then the next thing, people commit suicide, people go through depression. What would you advise somebody?
Oh, so much. First, surround yourself with support, right? You got to surround yourself with people who love you unconditionally, who are there for you. And that can look different for everybody. It could be the church family. It could be your therapist. It could be your neighbor. I'm going to tell you, my neighbors in where I live, we have each other's numbers. My neighbor, one time my son had a seizure. She heard me screaming from outside and she ran in and she helped calm the situation and get things together. So it depends on, yes, you got to first surround yourself with the right people. It shouldn't be, women shouldn't be alone. Like, because we are the rocks, because we are the foundation, we need constant support. So that is, I'm going to say, surround yourself with a solid support system.
Powerful. That's just so profound.
I like that. To add on what Nikia said, I would say allow yourself to be okay with those feelings and those emotions. And just because you feel, you become angry, frustrated, sad, whatever it is, I always tell myself in the clients that I work with, it's okay to cry. That doesn't make you any less.
It's okay to be not okay.
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay. I will always encourage people to allow yourself to feel those feelings, whatever it is, up, downs, ins and outs, sad, anger, frustration. If you want to cry, feel that place and allow yourself to be surrounded by good company. By people who can support you, who can love you, who can give you encouragement, who can wipe your tears, who can love you back to wholeness, that can pray over you, that can support you. Always allow yourself to be in that place of crying or be vulnerable.
Yes.
in a vulnerable place, share those feelings, share those emotions, and then allow yourself, like Nikia said, support yourself with good company, with good
Mm-hmm.
who can love you, who can support you, who can encourage you, motivate you um, back to your wholeness, or as much as you need to get you back to being in clear vision and clear
Yeah.
purpose again. Yep.
Wow, that is
It,
powerful. That is powerful. Go on, Nikki.
I wanted to add, I'll share my own personal experience. I suffered with postpartum depression after my second child. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't even talk to my doctor. I had all the love and support around me. But I still felt so alone. I felt ashamed. I am a mother. How can I be so sad when God has given me one of the biggest blessings I will ever get? Why am I sad about this? Then I felt guilty. And I'm not going to dare at that point, the mindset that I was in, I'm not going to share my thoughts about this because that's a mess. That's terrible of a mother to feel sad about having a baby.
You thought it's embarrassing. You thought it was embarrassing.
Yes. And how could I feel like that as a mother? So that was one of the hardest things I ever experienced in my life. And I talked to my doctor just a little bit. And as soon as I saw her reaction and she wanted to give me medicine, I was like, no, I'm fine. No. And I never spoke about it again. I endured that for 2 years. And then I may not have had to endure it for 2 years if I was brave enough to open up.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage anybody, any woman that may be suffering with postpartum depression, anxiety, whatever, please reach out to someone, talk. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. We all go through something in life.
Yes.
And it's okay to talk to someone.
It is okay not to be okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got goosebumps now. That me, I get so emotional attached with
Yeah.
So I know we can be like millions of miles away from each other, but I know that what we experience as women across the globe, it's the same thing. It is the same thing that we go through. And what would be your desire as a woman to see? We are celebrating Women's Month. For me, Women's Month is every day. It's just like women's, what do they call it, International Women's Day, that one day. For me, every day it's a Women's Day. That's how I feel, because we do so much and we are expected to do so much, So what would be the goal or the desire to see happening, with women across the globe, not only on Women's Month? What changes do you think would make us feel, the power of the woman? I know overnight, but as a desire, once it's become a desire, then an idea, and then some people will meet Shanae, Cindy, Ashlin, Nikia, somebody else somewhere, we come together and something works, and
Well, Ashlyn, I was going to say that here in the U.S. they overturned Roe v. Wade. And they have taken away woman's right to make a decision for her body and what she wants to do with her body. So I would say for me, that's one of the many things that I would like to see changed. I feel and believe that women should decide what they want to happen to
Yeah.
their body.
Yeah.
And so it has saddened me that that option, we've been stripped of that right. So that's the first step, first thing I would want to see change. But holistically, globally, I want to see women's voices be heard just as loud and clear as a man's voice. I want us to be taken just as serious as a man. And I'm not saying that we're greater than men. This is not to bash men at all. I'm just saying that take us as serious, level the playing field. That's what I would like to see globally.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
That's so profound and powerful, Nikia. Thank you. Thank you.
To add on to what Nikia said, I think globally, I want women to feel that they can advocate for themselves. Like you have a voice, you have power, you have stamina, you have energy. There is meaning behind what you say. There is purpose in what you say and what you do. So I will always encourage to advocate, speak up, like Nikia said, for yourself. I will also encourage women to talk, like not to feel
the voice, yeah.
Yes, use your voice as a place to advocate for yourself in any part of your life, but also use your voice to make sure that you can spread love to others, because there's so much hate and degrading in the world. Use our voice to love and support one another, and also make sure that we are able to say, hey, I can cry right now. I need some help right now. I am frustrated right now. Like just being able to vocalize and say where I am and how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking.
And not be ashamed.
Not be ashamed. Yeah, not be ashamed. So globally, advocate for yourself. Advocate in every part of your life. Use your voice to love other people as well. And then the third thing is just use your voice as an impact for yourself to say, hey, I'm not feeling okay. I need some help. I need some assistance, and not feel embarrassed or degrading about yourself. So just empowerment and advocation. Yeah.
Wow, that is just so powerful and so profound. Wow. This will be listened to by generations to come, because as women, and change is coming, but it is coming in a very steady and gradual speed, or not speed, rate, or whatever you decide to call it. But yeah, as they listen to this conversation, they will pick up some nuggets. Somebody else will pick up nuggets, and we'll see that women, we need to love one another. We need to support one another. We need to be, like Ashlin said, pick up the call and don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel like, oh, what is she gonna say? Because the things that lead to depression, those are the things that lead to others that are not so strong-willed, that will just commit suicide and think, you know what, I'm alone, I'm isolated, you know what, if I call this person, then the whole world will know what I've said to her. And because that's the other thing that causes people not to open up to other people, because other people make a joke about other people's hardship. And especially some women. That's why I call them PhD, pull her down sisters, Where is sisterhood? Where is sisterhood? We should be our sister's keeper, So.
Yeah. And Cindy, with that being said, from myself, from Nikia, from Shanae, we want to give you encouragement, give you support, give the whole South Africa support with the challenges you guys are experiencing with the power outages. I know we're millions miles away from one another, but we still learn about it. We still read it. We still see it, that it affects you. It affects your well-being, your family, your community. So we want so that that we are supporting you, we are encouraging you, we are uplifting you and keeping you guys covered as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the prayers. We really appreciate it. I laughed last week. The ESCOM, the body that is responsible for the electricity. Now you buy solar, you install solar in your house, or you buy the gadget for solar, so that when there's power outages, you have got lights, from the solar. Now they're saying that now they are going to charge everybody that has installed solar equipment in their house. Now you have to pay them a monthly fee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, installing those things is so expensive. But you're installing it so that you have lights, because when there's no power, you can't work. I can't be on this laptop.
Right.
Right.
Now I install solar equipment to have lights, to have my Wi-Fi working, and my kid watching TV. Now they were saying we have to pay a fee for installing that solar.
Wow.
How crazy is that? They said, okay, the Bible says we must not complain, we must pray for them. But honestly, that is crazy. That is
crazy. It almost defeats the purpose of going solar.
Yeah.
Wow. How do I pay a fee to the people that cannot provide me with power?
Right.
Right.
And I have exactly. To pay them a fee.
Yeah. I don't understand.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, we are wrapping up now, my lovely, beautiful sisters. I love you. We are wrapping up. Your final thoughts on the power of a woman as we celebrate women in this month of August.
Final thoughts to all women. Remember your Wonder Woman powers. Remember that and move forward in life as a Wonder Woman who can shake things up wherever she goes, whatever room she walks in. People are going to know her name. They're going to know she came about business, and they're going to bring their A game because of who each and every one of you are. Amen. So remember that and move forward with that in life.
What you just say, Nikia, is so powerful. I'm reminded of the woman with the issue of blood.
Yeah.
The Bible does not mention her name.
Right.
Even to this day. We speak about her. We speak about her courage.
Yes.
As the woman with the issue of blood.
Yes.
So that courage, like what you're saying, that courage, know who you are and whatever. She was tired. We need to get tired of the status quo and make a difference, like what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
yes. And how can I forget, ladies? Know thyself. And while you're getting to know yourself, go like my business page, To Know Thyself LLC on Facebook. That's how I can be reached. So yeah, that's my closing.
Say that again, because me and Ash were laughing. So somebody
my shameless plug, To Know Thyself LLC is on Facebook, and that is the way everyone can reach me.
Awesome. That's awesome. I will also pin it there. You'll send it to me on Shanae will send it to me on WhatsApp, and then we can pin it there. Or also you can pin it, you can put it on our Facebook page.
Okay. Will do.
All right, darling. Thank you. Ash, your last final words.
Absolutely. So the 4 things I want to leave with women is that know that you are valuable. Know that you are deserving. Know that you are worthy. And know that you are worth the investment.
Yes.
Those are the 4 principles that I live by in my life personally and with my business, that you are deserving. You deserve to be free. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to have financial freedom. You deserve to be in a better place in your life. You are deserving. The next thing is that you are valuable. that I am worth something. There is
Yes.
something inside of me that I have stamina.
Don't just settle. Don't just settle for less.
Yes.
settle for
God
less.
God did not create you for that.
Mhm.
Right. You are valuable. You are valuable. The next thing is that you are worthy, that I am worthy of great things.
My
I am
God.
deserving of great things.
Yes.
God knows that I am worth it.
Mhm.
You are worthy.
Yes.
And the last thing is that I am worth the investment. Whatever the investment is, if it's time, if it's money, if it's relationship, if it's building a new rapport with your children, with your parents, in your career, I am worth the investment.
Yes.
I am worth whatever it is, the energy, the time, the money. I deserve that. I am worth it.
My
Those
God.
are 4 things that I want to leave women that I live by in my personal life and in my business. I'm valuable. I'm
Say them
deserving.
again. 1,
Yes.
I am valuable.
2,
I am deserving.
Mhm.
3,
I am worthy.
Yes.
4.
I am worth the investment.
You better preach that word. Ashley, you
Yeah,
better preach it.
go.
You honey, because I'm about to go into a full-blown shout. Okay. Okay.
Wow, that is
Yes.
so powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And that's on my affirmations. I'm looking at it right now. I am worthy. I am.
Yes, we all are. Yes.
Yeah. We're all worthy.
Yes.
Worthy of it.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it too. Hey, I love it. That's just
Yeah.
so powerful. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it is very powerful. Thanks, Ash. Thanks for that.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. My lovely sisters, thank you very much for being here with us. We love you at New Dimension Gospel Magazine, and we know that this is not the last time we'll be together. As long as me and Shine are still have breath in our bodies. Yeah, you know. So to all the people that have joined us, we love you and we thank you for spending your 1 hour with us. Don't ever not join when we are online, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
But thank you very much. And you guys be blessed. And thank you for the prayers. We're also praying for you guys. And, you know, let's just keep and lift each other up in prayer and love on one another. Because our God is love.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Cindy,
Thank
for the
you for having
opportunity.
us.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. From me, Nikia, and from Shanae.
Yes. We thank you all. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
And sorry for the earlier Zoom ID thingy. I don't know what was happening there.
That's all
We
right.
made it. We're all here.
We're here, right?
It all worked out exactly how it was supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah. In God's way. It worked out in God's way. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Love you lots.
Thank you. Love you all too.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.